Hey everyone, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Doing an update for you guys today, August 17th, and updating you on my whole shorting position with FULC and in AOV. They were not good positions, and I have been slowly closing out of them. So I figure instead of taking the huge loss right off the bat for both, I'll try to go ahead and take some covered positions, just shorter chunks of it, and try to see if I can slowly exit the position. So that's what I've been doing. So let me update you on those. Let's pull up the main one I was kind of getting rid of was in AOV. Fortunately, we had a nice, pretty significant downside move today. I would have been off closing it earlier when I first traded it in that day that I actually opened it. But anyways, I decided to go ahead and start exiting the position. And I basically, as it was moving down, I was looking at different areas, kind of support and resistance. And every time we get to an area, I thought that could be a potential base, kind of like in this area. I started covering some spots in here. So had a few in the 340s range, and then a few others. We got a nice rip down further down on this part too. So, but just looking at the yearly, I mean, obviously still up, but this was a pretty significant day to the downside. So I am glad I waited just a bit. But that's where I'm at for that. So anyways, let me update you. I on the day today, I'm realized I'm down 3,621, which is quite a significant chunk. But I still have a little bit more of a position to get out of, even with FULC. So this is another one that I'm still looking to get out of. But either way, I'm just trying to find areas where I think would be better to get out of this. I did sell a few shares today on FULC in some of these bottom areas, and a little bit just towards the middle section of this, but not a whole lot of movement today on FULC. And I'm just going to try to see if we can get a more, dramatic move tomorrow to the downside. And I'm looking at 817, or these two areas, about $19 and let's call it 1840 for base. So, could find support there. At the same time, this thing could go further back up. So I might have to close up a little bit higher, but yeah, that's what I'm looking at. So that's what I'm down today. Unfortunately, it's a rough one. But however, the good part about this is since I started exiting some of these trades, while I'm down a huge amount, now I have my capital back to trade, which is a good thing, which means I'm not sitting on the bench anymore. So I'm really going to try to rethink things a little bit more on my strategy and what do I need to do going forward every day to change things up a bit and get out of these nasty decisions to hold certain positions when I'm, go underwater. Oh, I feel like almost always, speaking for the most part, that I'd always be better off selling intraday versus trying to wait later on for a move that would be beneficial for me in the future. Because it just doesn't always seem to go, the way you want it to. And yeah, like I said, I think I would take less of a loss if I just sold intraday. I mean, even just looking at this candle here on this stock in particular, I would have been, well, had I sold at the very tip top, I'd be just about as good as I am today. So, but I still think, if you think about this as well, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days where my capital isn't stuck in this position. So that's the other benefit, is keeping my capital with me. Even though if I might suffer loss intraday, it's better to keep that capital going forward. So maybe that's the one piece of advice I can share with you guys. And obviously, plenty of mistakes on my trading that you can see for yourself. Maybe get a good example for what not to do in some scenarios, and that might help you out. But yeah, once again, just trying to be transparent and honest. It's not an easy trading is not an easy thing to do. I've been doing it for a while, and there's plenty of times I do excellent and I'm really consistent, and then other times like this where I'm really falling apart, and I gotta try to get back to more consistency and more profits, because you know, ain't no point in trading when you're not you know, consistently making money. So that's all I got for today. So make sure you stay tuned and check in tomorrow to see where I'm at. Yeah, we'll have to see on, you know, if we get some better movements. And also I'll be back to trading. And I think I'm going to try to slowly, you know, dive back in. I don't want to dive back in whole hog and try to go crazy trading tomorrow. I don't think it's going to do me any good. Of course, I want to put profits on the table, but I need to make sure that I don't go overboard and overtrade. So tomorrow I want to just focus on getting some good base hits, getting some good money in, and nothing that has to be super crazy and huge. Just some consistent profit, lock everything up, walk away, and trade the next day. So that's the goal there. So anyways, hope you guys are doing good. Take care. We'll see you on the next one.